Hello everyone, it is Sunday, September 18th, 2022, and I can hear myself in an echo, and I muted that. But we are streaming live tonight. Big announcement for you all, big announcement. So if you're in the stream, you're in the right place to be. You can join us over on Twitch. That's the easiest way to chat and be engaged. I'm also streaming this on another platform, YouTube. So if you're watching on that, stick around and watch there too. But I hope you all are having a great Sunday or Monday morning, wherever you live, and you're ready for this announcement. So let's test out the chat just to see. Let's just make sure it works. Hey, Powell, thank you for saying you're a big fan. I appreciate it. I appreciate that you're here watching the stream too. So I have a big announcement that I'm going to make on this stream, which is that I am launching the third in the series of PogChamps competitions. So I know people from the Twitch streams are still coming in. So hopefully they'll catch this, or maybe I'll just repeat it. But if you weren't aware, next week, we have Nvidia GTC, which is coming. Oh, you're in Poland, and it's 3:25 a.m. Did you wake up for this? Or just have you not gone to sleep yet? So Nvidia's GTC conference is happening this week, and they gave me a little something to hype it up a little bit to support our competition. I've showed this on the stream before when we were given this, but this is a brand new, and I've just put some fingerprints on it, which is nasty. But 3080 Ti GeForce RTX, much better GPU than I have in my computer. I'm jealous of whoever's going to win this. This will be going to the first place finisher in our latest PogChamps competition. So we're going to go over what that competition is. Yeah, Pow Y. Am I saying that right? Someone in the YouTube chat. So the YouTube chat doesn't appear here, but Pow Y is saying that I'm pronouncing his or her name incorrectly. I apologize for that. I do it all the time. I'm really bad about that, but I try. So that's what matters. Man, Twitch is taking a while for people to come in, or maybe just no one's going to come in tonight. So let's just go for it. Let's just go for it, shall we? We have this Kaggle competition that I'm going to launch, and it is based around, drum roll please, the most popular song these days, meme song right now, is about corn. And so is our competition. It's about corn. So let me show you all what I tweeted out the other day. I tweeted out this, which is alluding to the fact this has been our logo for the PogChamps competition in the past, alluding to the fact that there is corn related. Stay tuned, and we're gonna launch this competition tonight, and you can join it. And anyone's allowed to join. Anyone is able to either win this GPU or an Nvidia Deep Learning Institute voucher, and you can get that for free just by finishing in the top 3 or 4. I forget what we're going to say for this. So what is the competition? What's it all about? You may be asking. Well, we're going to go through that tonight. We're going to talk about it. We're going to make a starter notebook. And to summarize, to just put it in a few words, we're given a data set with a bunch of images of corn, and we need to label them. So this is an image classification competition. You can see here some examples of the corn images. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about the source of the data, but it should not matter where the source of the data came from, because some of the rules in this competition is you must pretty much train your model from scratch. So don't go searching for this data set and try to, does the corn have the juice? It does. When you try it with butter, I've heard everything changes. It just changes everything. So we're launching this competition. You can see here at the top, it says this competition is not yet live. Only competition's hosts can currently view it. Well, guess what, people? We're going to go live tonight on stream. Get hyped. And you're going to witness this. Hopefully I've done a good enough job of explaining it here. It's a pretty simple and straightforward thing that you're trying to do here. It's classify into 4 different categories, one of 4 categories, each image into either if it's pure, so I guess that's like no issues with the corn, broken, discolored, or silk cut. We can Google silk cut. To qualify for the evaluation metric, it's very simple. Just classification accuracy, how accurate you are of classifying each of them. Each image, it has a unique seed ID, and you provide it the label. That's all you have to do for this competition. Super straightforward. Prizes, we already talked about this. RTX 3080 Ti, which is sitting here. The only thing I will say is if you are not in the US and you win this prize, I will pay the shipping, but you have to take care of any sort of customs taxation that you may get. That was a little unexpected thing last time I sent out a GPU. I didn't realize that we had to pay for the customs stuff. So that's the only thing. Hey, what is this? What is this, imposter engineer? Is that corn? The emoji doesn't show up in my window, but I see that you did some sort of a emoji. Let me paste it somewhere else. Oh, it looks like a crying face, teary eyes. Yeah, it doesn't show up in the actual stream, but teary eyes because you're happy, hopefully. Anyways, I hope you guys are excited about this as I am. We're going to launch it here tonight. I'm going to answer any questions that anyone might have. We're going to talk a little bit about the rules, and then maybe we'll create a notebook or something to kick off the competition. I want you all to have submitted something so that someone's on the leaderboard. Now, random people are going to win these vouchers. So 2nd through 3rd place can win a Nvidia Deep Learning Institute voucher. I'm also going to give a Best Notebook award that will go to the top notebook from the competition, and also a random Twitch or YouTube viewer is going to win. Some things you need to do, and I think everyone watching this right now have probably already of this. Salah said he likes image comps. Nice. Please tell me you're in for this competition then. In order to qualify for the prizes, you must register for, this is key, and I'm going to put this into the chat. You must register for GTC conference. Why isn't it posting that into Twitch chat? Hey, David J. Jackson. Shout out to David J. He streams data stuff too. He's in chat. David J., click that link. Register for NVIDIA's GTC. So if you click that link, and it's important that you use that link so they know it's me and that they'd support this stuff in the future. But it'll take you to this page where you can register for free for NVIDIA's GTC, which is going on this week, starting tomorrow. However, don't worry. If you're watching this like September 23rd, you can still join and watch one of the previous, you just have to register. And then you can watch one of the pre-streamed sessions. There are a lot of good ones out there. Let's look at the session catalog, shall we? Shall we take a gander? Look, they already have stuff on Thursday, September 22nd. Oh, okay, so that's late. So you can watch some of the keynotes. Obviously, keynote's great because you get to see like a lot of awesome stuff. Hey, who's sending me Discord. Oh, wait, someone's checking out my Discord. Jigaman, what's up? We also have a lot of other good sessions. So talks and panels, deep dive into Rapids. Now I haven't used Rapids as much as I'd like to, but Rapids is like a pandas on steroids. It lets you do manipulation of data on your GPU. So if you own a GPU, which you will if you register for GTC and win this competition, then, and hopefully you do already have one, but then you can use Rapids. So like that would be a good one. I kind of want to check out that one. Oh, look at this. Applying lessons from Kaggle winning solutions to real world problems. All of the grandmasters from the Nvidia grandmaster team are going to be on this panel. I'm definitely adding this one to my schedule. I don't think I'm logged into my account, but that is one that you do not want to miss. So these are things you should want to watch anyways, but in order to qualify, it's important that you register using the link that I sent. Fapids. Robert, what are you talking about, bro? So this is the PogChamps third run. We're going to get a lot of engagement. So just to remind you all of PogChamps Season 1, Episode 2, trying to keep it organized by making seasons and episodes, was this music classification competition. Dihoa got first place and was sent a GPU. So if you're guessing if this is legit or not, go ask him. But this was a super fun competition we did with music classification. This year, it's a little bit different, and we're doing, let me organize this. We are doing corn classification. So it's all images, super simple. It's beginner friendly, but it's also hopefully going to get really competitive on the top of the leaderboard. I think there's a lot of interesting augmentations and training techniques that might be used to win this competition. So definitely join using this link after we launch, which I haven't launched yet. So you just need to attend one of the sessions. You can attend the session after GTC is over, so don't worry about that, even though you should register now. You need to register using this link. If you've already registered using a different link, just re-register with that one. Follow me on Twitch and YouTube. That's a requirement. And be a totally awesome person. I think you guys got that covered. Are they satellite images of corn or photographs of ears of corn? They're individual corns. What do you call? So corn is like the whole thing. What do you call one of the things? A knob? That's what it says in the song. I don't know what we call one of those things in corn. So yeah, you can check out here the description. These are what they look like. So actually they're like top and bottom images of it. And okay, so another thing is you might say to yourself, I have never worked with image data. How does this work? Like, how do I even use Python to work with image data? Well, you can check out my YouTube channel where I do have this video. It's a little cringe for me to watch my own videos, but where I talk a little bit about the basics of working with image data. And we're also going to go over this today. But definitely check out this video, which I've linked there. And I'm also going to send into our chat right now. Let's go. Check that out if you haven't already. And if you haven't already followed my YouTube channel, give that a gander. All right, so we haven't launched yet. I'm also going to talk about the rules. So I give myself the liberty of changing anything about the competition at any point, although I do not plan to. If something goes terribly wrong, we may have to restart it. Let's hope that doesn't happen. And it definitely won't happen if people follow these rules. So you must only discuss within a team. I don't want to see any of that funny business where people are talking with non-teammates about details of how they got all the way to the top of the leaderboard. That's not cool. There is, unfortunately, we're not going to allow any external data. The reason behind that is, you could try to go out there and like hand label these or find the labels to them. Hey, hello, One Pot Dish. Hi, I'm new to your channel. What should I expect here? You should expect some awesome data science and enjoying life. That's what we're doing here. That's the number one is enjoying life. And number two is data science. Like a big gap between the enjoying life and the, but yeah, no, you should expect from this competition a lot of fun. And really the point of this competition is to learn. It's so that people have a chance to learn, to grow, maybe experience doing some modeling with images which you've never worked. If you've never worked on before, it can be really fun to learn about just like some of the setup. Okay, Ruben, you are the first follower of the night on Twitch. Welcome to the family. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. So some other rules. You cannot hand label the test data, clearly. That would be against the rules. So when you submit this, your submission notebook must be shared with me. So all of the submission inference, if you train a model somewhere else, that's fine on this data. But you cannot have the inference done somewhere else and then upload the CSV. That will not count. It has to be done through a notebook. The reason for that is I don't want any funny business where you went in and hand labeled all the images in the test set. And I have no way to know that for sure, unless I see your submission notebook. And I also may request to check your training code. If you have trained multiple models, I'd want to make sure that you've only trained on the training data. You are away from keyboard. Hey, Medallion, how's it going? Hey, Killin' A 13. Are you killing it? Hey, I need some advice. Ask me, Jigaman. Just ask. I'll try to answer as much as I can. Can't guarantee it's going to be a good answer, but I will try to answer. Look at this. Look at this. No hand labeling of the test set. I accidentally put in twice, so I'm going to delete this second one. But that's how much it was on my mind. If someone has a tech lead who isn't qualified and isn't mentoring junior devs, what should they do? Find a new job? No, I'm just kidding. I mean, you're going to have to deal with this in every company, every job. Nothing's ever perfect. So it's so nuanced. I can't answer that question. Can we use GANs to create synthetic data? That's fine. That's fine. Because people, that would not be external data. That would just be creating new data that you've created. And if someone wants to argue or like convince me that external data should be used, and if there is like an external data set, I don't know, that could be used to make this better, that's not actually the like true labels of the test set. That's my concern is if you allow external data, then people could just find the test set and make a perfect model. And that's not what we're here for. We're here to take the training data and try to make as good of a classifier as you can on the test data. Imposter Engineer is asking if Robert E. has graduated. I was actually, Robert, it's going to seem strange, but I was thinking today when I was about to stream earlier today, I was like, man, I haven't seen Robert E. in chat for a while. I wonder if that's just the ebb and flows of streaming. Like some people will watch for a while and then not be into it. But it made me really happy to see you pop up here today. So welcome back. Oh wait, I have one more grads class. You can't even type class. You too, Imposter Engineer. You guys are the OGs of this streaming endeavor that I've taken on. Let's talk about data. Data is pretty simple. You have your train CSV, which has a unique seed ID for all the training data. I hope I didn't screw this up. Yeah, I really hope I didn't. Let's make sure the test. This is where my like heart's gonna drop if I screwed something up. The test. What did the train IDs for here start at? Why is there number 2? Okay, so yeah, this makes sense. So the training IDs are just random. I thought that. Well, the reason why I got scared here is I thought that I saw like no gaps here in the numbers, but they're just randomly assigned. Fake Speak, welcome to the family. Let us know in chat how you joined, what led you to join, but glad to have you. So yeah, so the seed ID is just a unique identifier to get you to the image and also the identifier that you're going to be using to make your submission. As you can see in the train CSV, we have the label. We also have one additional field, which is if the image is taken from the top or the bottom of the corn. I don't know what you would consider top of corn or bottom of corn, but they know. And then all the labels, and then for test, it's identical to this, except for we don't have the labels because that's what you're predicting. Sample submission looks like this. So this is just a random sample submission. I don't think, I would like to see you all submit this just to see if it works, but this is just random noise that we're predicting like one of the 4 classes in this submission. It needs to be a submission for every image in the test set. Any questions about this? Oh yeah. Oh, then we have our training folder with our images of corn and our test folder with our images of corn. It's corn, man. Robert E is suggesting that Giga should fire this person. Isn't this person above you in the company if you're the junior and they're the... If junior devs could fire senior devs, it would be chaos. All right, so what should we do? Number 1 is we should launch this. View launch checklist. Launch competition now. Why wait? Oh, it's launched. The competition has launched. So now I'm going to put this in chat. And I want people to click on it and make sure it works for them and confirm with me. Not only has it launched, well, now's a good time to switch over to something else and just say a big thank you to people. How should I show this? My YouTube studio. But something I was very excited about that happened this weekend. Where is this? Happened a few days ago. Was that we hit 10,000 YouTube subscribers. So thank everyone who is subscribed. If you haven't, click exclamation YouTube. Okay, Rajneesh can see the competition. That's a good sign. But thanks to everyone who has subscribed, hit 10K. Let's go for 100. How about it? Why not? Let's keep it going. I mean, this is a fun learning endeavor for me as well. So I appreciate that people have been so positive back towards me. It genuinely makes my day when I get someone in my YouTube videos or in chat here saying things like, hey, I learned a lot from your stream, or I learned a lot from your video and I helped someone out. Because it took me a long time to learn a lot of this stuff. I'm not like advanced, perfect at every area of data science, but at least if I can share the little bit that I know to you all, especially those of you who are new starting out, that's going to be fun. All right. Oh, I didn't talk about team size. I think, yeah, I made the maximum team members 3. So here's another thing is if you are a team of more than one person and you win, yeah, I'm only going to send the GPU. I only have one GPU. So keep that in mind. I can't cut this GPU into 3 pieces and mail it out, or I could, but that would not be smart. Image neural nets is the hardest thing in data science. PK, is it? It depends on what you're doing. There's so much, like it's gotten easy to do classification. Not easy, but it's gotten a little bit easier. But that's a good take. I think that like it's doing video stuff, doing segmentation, object detection, like details within the image has gotten a lot more advanced too. And then obviously all this stuff like OpenAI and stable diffusion image stuff is cool. So people can see this. No one's on the leaderboard, but I would like someone out there to go to the data tab, make sure you accept everything, go to this sample submission, download this. Killin' A says, I'm new to ML, so definitely have found your resources useful. Awesome. Thank you so much, Killin'. I can't read your name without thinking about the Rage Against the Machine song, Killin' in the name of. To use functions is one thing. To understand how to fine-tune it is hard. Oh, I agree. Okay, so I agree there. Yeah, being able to really optimize image classification models is hard. Getting the right learning rate, getting the right schedule, getting good augmentations, it's definitely an art. Chicken Man has lost 20 pounds in 2 months. Congrats, man. That's awesome. Please add no external GPU and RAM. That would be fun. What does that mean? That's awesome, Jiggaman, though. Anyone able to submit by downloading this sample submission and then going to submit predictions and putting it here? So if someone could do that, that'd be great. Oh, another thing I didn't mention. This is going to be a pretty quick competition. As of now, unless I change the date, and I actually was going to look it over, but the closing date is in about 2 weeks. So you guys need to get on this. Are you allowed to train locally? Yes, you can. You can, per the rules. Training locally is fine. Submission needs to be done through a notebook, and I may request to check your training code. So don't just go training like crazy and not tracking things. I want to be able to, if you want that GPU, you need to be able to show to me how you trained it. I might ask things like, what's the learning rate? What's the data set? What splits did you do? Those sorts of. Jason Liam is part of the family now. Thanks so much for joining. We're talking about a new Kaggle competition just launched, and you could win this GPU. So super important. Again, I'm going to reiterate this so we don't forget, but the prizes, you must, the biggest thing is you must register and attend a GTC session using this link. Nice. Happy to be part of the chat. Jason, thank you. Thank you for becoming part of the chat. Made a sample submission. Seems to work. Okay, 0.27. 0.27. We've got someone on the leaderboard. This GPU is yours. If we were to end today, that's it. All right, should we start a discussion? Let me tweet this out. Let's do a tweet. I'm going to say, just launched the Kaggle community competition. PogChamps number 3. Hey, welcome to the family, Real Apotheos. You are part of the family now. So I'm saying register here. Can I use this image in it? I'm trying to make a tweet, guys, sorry. I hope this is the right link too. If I screwed up this link. Compete for a brand new, let me make sure I type it right. Art GPU RT GeForce RTX 3080 Ti GPU. There we go. Just launched this. Now people have the link. They have the link to register. It's corn. Should we do a baseline exploratory data analysis notebook? Maybe you can add one more constraint that have use Kaggle resource, only limited RAM GPU time. That would be fun. Yeah, that would be fun, but I understand that other people have competitions going on that they're involved in that also will use GPU. So, yeah, I don't want to restrict that much. I want to let people, because people have won major prize money on Kaggle training only using Google Cloud instances or Google Colab or Colab Pro. So if they can do it, I think you guys can do it too. I don't think that the GPU is going to be the limiting factor. Yes, Gigaman, this is a DAS keyboard. Oh, wait, should I do this? Do you guys want to see the keyboard? It's a little off center, but so let's take a look at the data. Let's also start a discussion. Let's try to reuse as much as I can from the last competition. I probably should have done this stuff beforehand, but welcome to the third overview. Let's link to the overview URL, which is here. A little redundant. And rules, which is here. Let's link this. It's corn. I just like saying it's corn a lot. It's a little corny. I'm going to pin this. And can I upvote my own? No, I can't. Forget what you can upvote. You can upvote your own notebooks, but you can't upvote your own posts, apparently. Okay, so any questions from chat or anyone else about what this competition's about? There's, what, 22 people here on Twitch, a few more on YouTube watching. So if these are the only people entering this competition, you have pretty good odds of winning like $1,000 some dollar GPU right now. Wait, corn or music? Yeah, campus. I'm on both now for the time being. The description said second. Where? Oh, the description. Yeah, you're right. Good thing there's an edit button. No, wait, there's no edit button? Where's the edit button? Unpin. Oh, well. My post says music. Okay, this is you guys are right. This is how I'm trying to take a shortcut here, and no one's letting me do it. And that's good because that means you're keeping me honest here. So let's go back to this music one. I'm just trying to take the last one and not write stuff. Writing things is not my favorite thing to do. Like writing text in school and stuff, I'm always like, it's not worth my time. I like coding. Welcome to our third. This time we are creating models that can classify images of corn. I hope you can join, read the overview. I kind of was expecting there to be that edit button so that I could change things like this, but it's still on me that we're having to do this right now. Rules. We're going to link that here. Preview it before I publish. Look good, everyone. There was an edit button? Where was the edit button? Oh, it's hidden here. It wasn't always here. Or maybe I just don't start discussion topics much. You're right. Nod Kings, you are on top of things. I'm just blind. I swear the edit button is here. Like if I do a test post here, let's do this. Yeah, the edit is like right here so I wasn't expecting to see it bottom left. User error. Let's delete this. Now it's going to show it as deleted, right? This comment has been deleted. That's fine. How can I join this comp? I don't see it in the Kaggle competition list. So that's a great question. That you can use !competition. Oh, wait. We don't have that yet. I'm going to link it here. I also just tweeted about it. So it's in the Twitterverse. And yeah, it's a community competition. So I think if you go to competitions and you go to community tab, then you'll see it here. But you got to do like search for Pog, maybe. You can see all the Pog competitions. This is the test one, and these were the last two. So go to community tab, search for Pog, or just use the link. Any code session today? Will there be an overview of the best solution at the end? Yes, hopefully the whoever wins will share their solution in full. They're only required to share it with me in order to get the GPU, but hopefully there'll be a lot of sharing and discussion going on. Look, we already have a second person on the leaderboard. So we have Phaedrus and we have Levent. Two people. This person, second place, currently is winning a Deep Learning Institute voucher just for submitting the baseline. We will do some coding today. So should we start a new notebook? Anything else that I've forgotten? Keep me honest, people. All right. Let's turn the dark theme on. Just a little bit nicer for doing this sort of coding. And we'll take a look at the images, shall we? PogChamps number 3. Oh, whoa. I didn't know I could make the title this long. It used to be like really restricted in the length, but we got it. It's corn classification. So let's, in this competition, we are given images of corn and need to classify them into one of 4 labels. The labels are, we could look it up somewhere else, or we could just go into this description. Pure, broken, discolored, or silk cut. And now I'm realizing I need to change that exclamation competition. So how's my 3080? Hey, clipped. This has got your name on it. It's got your name on it. You can win this one. For real this time. I need to go into my Nightbot and change. I forget how to change the command automatically. But I can do it here manually. Let's make this now linked to the third. All right, let's try it now. Competition, exclamation point competition. Now it links to the third one. Perfect, perfect. I got my YouTube subscriber count up there. All right, so we need to classify images. Will I participate in the competition? I'll participate in watching it and commenting on what I see, but I won't. I'll probably just do a baseline. I don't see myself competing to the point where I'm going to get high. And I actually don't think that it will let me show up on the leaderboard as a host, but we'll see. If it does, I mean, I might try to get up on there. So let's do data overview. We have a train CSV and test CSV with metadata about the images. The train dataset includes labels. The test dataset is what we need to design our model to predict for. That's probably bad English, but predict for. Should you not end a sentence in for? From glob, import glob, or we might not actually do that. So let's read in train and test. Train is usually how I like to do it. So we're going to read in the training data set. Come on, autocomplete. You're not very good on Kaggle Notebooks autocomplete. Pog series, corn. Oh, I didn't know it all shows up in a subfolder called corn. That's not intended, but not a deal breaker. All right, we have our train, our test data frame now, and we also are going to bring in the sample submission. Sample submission. Is there anything else in there? You would think I would know because I made this data set, but no. Train. So our labels, we can do a value counts on this label. This will tell us how many in the training data set of each label we have. We can also do a plot and make this a kind equals horizontal bar plot. Fig size of 10 by 5. And let's import matplotlib, shall we? Hey, welcome to the family. 5shot 97. Great year. So So you are part of the family right now. You just got to let me know in chat how you found the channel and what led you to follow. So we're launching a Kaggle competition right now where you can win this GPU. This GPU you need to attend GTC, which is going on this week. Nvidia's hosting it using the link in the description. So exclamation point competition will take you to all the details and you can join us. Why would you not want to? It's so fun. It's just so fun. It's so fun. Title. Our title is Count of Labels in Training Set. Oh, I also want to do style. Use maybe ggplot. This will give us a better looking background. You can show. Oh, whoa, that was weird. Show this. All right, what is silk? A description of silk cut, stress-related loss of kernel integrity. That's what it's called. It's a kernel of corn. I was trying to think of what it was called earlier. It's a kernel. What's cool about 97? I don't know. It's a good year. Good morning, Lopta. GTC, but JTT? Jonathan Taylor Thomas? I remember 97 like it was yesterday. No, I remember 97 like it was 25 years ago. Was it that long? Man. Okay, so now we know the numbers. Let's plot some examples of each class. So remember, in our training data set, we have our image site. So we're going to query where the label equals, or let's do train group by label. So this is going to be for label D in this group by. We're going to break here. So then that gives us our label. So the first one is broken. And then D is going to give us a bunch of the images. So we're going to just go into the image of this, values. And let's do a grid. So like, and let's make this like 3 by 3, which will give us 9. Fig size is going to be like a round number. Maybe this is going to be too big, 15. And then we're going to take in each of these images. So for I in this, and we're just going to take the first 5 images. And then we're going to do so we're doing for I file name in enumerate. We're going to enumerate over these. So this will give us an index. Then we're going to also flatten this. We're going to IM show. First, we need to read in the image. We're going to read in this file name. Oh, but this file name is going to be... This file name is not going to be correct because the file name is not relative to this directory. So let's make it relative to this corn directory. Let's call this like our base directory. And I could use like the pathlib is probably the correct way to do this, but I'm just going to stick with what I know for now. So this is base dir plus the file name. Is that going to work? Missing one positional. Oh, IM show. We're going to miss that. There we go. All right, now we have Let's also take these grids off. And we're going to make a subtitle for this, which is going to be the label name. And let's make an F string. Example label. I need to pick the subplat. Okay, so what's up, people? Okay, what did I miss? I found you browsing software and game development. Not many people stream data side besides you and Nick Wan. Yeah, well, welcome, 5Shot. Also, if you want to join this competition and win a GPU, you can do that too. Hey, I already registered for GTC event using another giveaway link, so does it mean I can't have a chance of winning your event? No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean that you can't win from my event. It just means that you just should register again using my link. Click my link like 50 times too. That'll help. I don't know how they track it. Just, yeah, it would be helpful for me if when you register using my link. Yeah, I know a lot of people are doing giveaways too. Just make another account when you register and use my link. I'm kind of late to the show because they gave me my GPU late, but are we playing Corn Kernel versus Asteroid? That would be a fun competition. Super LOLI, welcome to the stream. Did you just join? We just launched a competition for Kaggle competition, community Kaggle competition, where you can join and win a GPU. This GPU that's in my hands, I haven't opened it, still sealed, signed, sealed, delivered. And I will send that to your door if you win this competition. We're classifying corn. It's corn. I want to play that song, but I'm sure I'll get like copyright struck for doing this. I should use botnet to sign up with. Well, you can't be overly suspicious, Robert. I appreciate it, but I want it to be legitimate people who sign up. They're gonna. If they see an outlier, you never want to be the outlier, right? If you're like in second place, that's perfect. Like you don't want to be like, what's his name? Hans Niemann in the chess tournaments and doing sketchy things online, and then they find out that you're cheating. Not that I would cheat, but I'm just saying. It can't be that obvious. And machine learning algorithms are pretty smart these days. Age Gmail accounts. They also need a 10 too. So just use 5 Gmails. Sure. I did 5 here, but this should be 9. All right, so what did we do here? In case you're just watching this and you want to learn what we're plotting here. What I did is we're looping over each of these labels in the training data set. Then we're making a sub-slice of that data frame called D for each label. Then for that, we're creating a subplot, a 3x3 grid of 9 images. We flatten this axis because otherwise this is like a 2D array and we want to just iterate over it. And then we're looping through the first 9 images in this sub-slice, and we are plotting it to a location in this grid. So you can see these are example, and then we make a subtitle, which is the label. Let's make this font size a little bit bigger, and let's also make the Y. I always get thrown off by this because, yeah, there's a little bit further down. Otherwise, it's like way up high. I don't know why subtitles always do that. So these are broken images. Should we also show what if it's the top or bottom? I guess that doesn't really matter. I'll let you guys figure out if that matters. I honestly don't know. What's up, Hat Knight? How are you doing? Welcome. Broken kernels. Yeah, this is my Ubuntu kernel right here. Broken. So these are all broken. These are discolored. So I guess you can tell like the actual breaks. Yeah. These are discolored. These are pure. I just want to eat these ones all up. That one looks a little sketch, but it's okay. I'll let it through. And this is silk cut, which I'm still not clear on what that exactly means, but I think it has to do with like the silk that, you know, when you're shucking corn and that silk's there, it like cuts it from when you pull in the silk off. Hey, Yuka with Data and dropping by before you go to dinner. Oh, I hope you have a great dinner. We just launched a Kaggle competition. You should totally join. Tell your friends to join. Everyone follow Yuka with Data if you're not already. Big shout out to... I forget how to do this. Shout out to Yuka with Data. She streams data science stuff too. But we're doing image classification of these images. So guys, we know what we have on hand here. Now let's just make a dumb classifier. Image quality is like 1997. Yeah, I mean, these are small. But it's real life. This is what you can expect to see in real life. Now that's a good point. Real aprotheos. One of the issues you run into a lot when you're creating a machine learning model is that you train it on perfectly clean data and then expect it to perform on unseen data to the same level of accuracy or whatever your evaluation metric is as to what it does on the perfectly clean data. But in most cases, you want your training data to be of the similar quality as to what you expect it to predict in real life. So let's just imagine here that eventually you want this model to be predicting based on images or on this, like going down like a product line or something, and you want to pick out a machine that'll automatically pick out the bad ones. Maybe this is the quality of the image it'll be, because there'll be thousands of them going down. I don't know. There are things we know. I have a solution. Train on shitty data and then just make really poor generalized models. That's a solution too. Another solution is to up the quality of whatever your inference stuff is, but you know, it's a lot harder in practice than you think. Create a classifier. What should we do? I want to do like a very basic, bare bones image classifier. So let's do from sklearn model selection, import train test split. We're just going to do a train test split for ease sake. Is there a term to describe a distribution shift in machine learning? Usually, sometimes it's referred to as like drift. In real life, if you're predicting on your training set and then like there's a fundamental shift in the type of data that you're getting in and how it associates with your label, then you call it like a drift, but I don't know if that's a technical term. You're in the process of watching my K-fold validation video, Rob. Yes, then that means Hat Knight, you can create That's, by the way, one of my least popular videos, but probably one of the most important videos. But you could create Hat Knight, a full K-fold cross-validated notebook, and share it with everyone. I'm trying to think of the easiest way to classify all this. I don't really want to go through the process of doing a full classifier. So there's one way you could just take the pixels. You haven't been able to see many sources that do that in Python, so my video helped. I'm glad that helped, Hat Knight. Maybe the average color of each picture. Everything is in R when it comes down to textbooks. Yeah. Do I recommend a bad classifier? Sure, go for it. We can try to do it just like in Keras. Use the mean image for each kernel type. Cross-validation method with sklearn is lit. I agreed. Let's see if we can just like use this setup. All right. So I'm going to link to my video. Oh wait, it's here. I'm going to link to that here. Hopefully people will watch it. And we're going to do a train test split on this training data. Hey! The Cawthorn. Welcome to the family. Glad to have you here. How are you doing tonight? Let's do test size. We're just doing a train set split here. Test size is 0.2. And then we need to take our train index. This is the array we're going to feed into it. I guess we could do like seed ID. Maybe that'd be more appropriate. This is train IDs and this is val IDs. Then we could take our training data and we can locate and we can make this called a group, which is this will be train and this will be val. We didn't stratify or anything. Oh yeah, we also need to look at when train ID seed ID is in these train IDs. There we go. All this nice and tidy. Now we have our train set split into train and validation. Now I may need to turn the GPU on for this. Accelerator should be GPU. Let's turn it on. Might have to reset our instance. Very bad. I did that for MNIST. It performed very... Oh, okay. What are you guys saying? Average the RGB values for each pixel, group by each kernel, then define a distance function between the image and the classified. Yeah. That's like a... I guess you could do K nearest neighbors too. You could just try to like neighbors group. I don't want to get too much into what the best solution is though. I want you guys to find it. I have a quick question. You know a way to introduce punishment in ML? Example, if the task is to predict a tomato, saying it is an apple is kind of okay, but saying it's an Apache helicopter needs to punish so the next training iteration won't predict that. Yeah, so you can make custom loss functions. That's interesting. I don't know if there's any papers on that specific example, but that would be cool to see. You can definitely change your optimization function, but it needs to be something that is something that you can like apply gradients to and minimize. So I don't know if that's like a nonlinear example that you gave where it wouldn't actually work. That's cool. How do you turn on the dark theme? So this is just like a plugin for called Dark Reader on Chrome browser. Would that be more related to reinforcement learning? Maybe. I don't know. I haven't. Hey, TP Rototype. Welcome to the family. Glad you joined us tonight. We're just training a classifier on our corn. Look at our beautiful corn. Let's save this version for now. I'll make this public. Someone needs to go out there and make a really good notebook on this It's Corn. Do you guys like how I use the corn color to make this logo? I'm really proud of this logo. I think it looks pretty. Still 2 people on the leaderboard. All right, trying to see how I can get the path of images. All right, so we're gonna generate a data set. This looks very similar to PyTorch. Is this? So they actually split here. And why would you make a validation split within your validation data set? That I don't know. Image size. So we need to do some pre-processing because the images are not all the same size. Now we notice that here that your data loader is going to need to take this in and resize these images to the same size because the model is going to need that in. So data set from directory. Resize. Will this automatically size to resize? Okay, so this automatically takes care of that. It'll take it in and resize our data to the correct dimensions. So let's make this image size, 180 by 180, batch size 32 seems fine. TF is not defined because we haven't done any of this yet. We have to rerun from the top. Like a new baby. Gotta shutil those directories, right? Yeah, I need to see how this... No such file or directory. Okay, so... Is there an image data set from list? Like, I just want to give it a list of images and not the directory. The problem is that I guess I can shutil, like, move the files into the given directory. So let's excuse me. That's what I'm doing right now. So it takes a label from the base directory. You know what I think I can do is I can just do our train test split within this. I think this validation split will take care of it. So if I just make a training data set, and granted, this is for example, just for an example, and we take our base dir and we add the train. Will this work? Is it thinking? No images found. What are you talking about? There's a bunch of images. Oh, that's right. This is the correct directory. Yes? No? Yeah, so basically, I see what you mean. I need to move all these into folders with the right name. So I can make a dir called train broken. I don't know how much room they have in pure, broken, discolored, and what's it? Silk cut. And then I can move the data into each of those. So for train, and let's take our base dir and add this as a column so that we can just, or we could have just done full path, which is the base dir. Yeah, that's probably better. We don't need to do it that way. Train.image base dir plus this. There we go. So image path, that's going to be the full path of the image. And let's query where label equals, or let's do train group by label, just like we did before. So for label D in here. And then let's do shutil copy. Should I do them one by one? So we're going to take for each of these images, we're going to copy the image into a new folder called, did we make these directories? Is there any video on your story of becoming Grandmaster? No, I've thought about making it. Would that be interesting to people? To go through my story? Because I know Abhishek has a really good video that I've watched a number of times about how he became a Grandmaster. I thought it was really cool. So, yeah, that... Would you watch that real apotheos? So this needs to be the train and then the... I don't think I have permission to write to Kaggle. Do you use PyTorch or TensorFlow more, Rob? I prefer PyTorch, but there are times when I like TensorFlow as well. I don't know. It kind of depends on the project. I think PyTorch is a little bit more flexible, but I don't know. I thought I was going to do something quick here. But like always, it's never quick. Do you need advanced degrees to be good at machine learning? No. 5-shot, you don't need it. Is it a bad thing to get an advanced degree? That's another question. I'm not as anti-degree getting as some people are, but... All right, so we need this label. So we're gonna do shutil move, copy move. Copy from this source, which is gonna be our D2 image path, into a new path, which is going to be train plus this label directory. Yeah, okay, so now it moved this into the broken directory. And if we ls this train broken 00 or ls this directory, we will see this 000 is now in there. So this should work. Yeah, let's just let that run. What are we doing here? We're iterating through each of these and we're putting images into the folder name of their labels. I don't think you need a degree to get good, but unfortunately, I believe in today's industries, you might need one for your resume to even be read by someone. Yeah, unless you figure out a way to like make a name for yourself some other way. Like, let's say, just in theory, or like as a thought experiment, maybe that's not even a good way to say it. One way to think about it, though, is if you had no degree and had no desire to get a degree and all that stuff, and you just started grinding on Kaggle and became #1 world ranked on Kaggle competitions, and you just won everything and you blew everyone out of the water and you just like knew all the best techniques and you were awesome at it, I think you would be able to get your way into a job. Networking works, but as Rob said, you need to somehow impress people with something tangible. Yeah, I think that I think that it depends. Like what is your ultimate goal? Are you just trying to get a job because you think data science is cool, or do you actually enjoy this stuff? Because otherwise just get a different job. But if it's something you're really passionate about and you feel like the roadblock for you is that you don't have money for a degree or time, well, time is probably more valuable than anything. But if you don't have the ability to get a degree, or you don't have a degree yet, then you can still learn and become good at it. And then everything else will just follow. And if you decide you want to get a degree, you can go do that. Are you allowed to use pre-trained weights in this competition? You are allowed to use pre-trained ImageNet weights, is what I wrote in the rules. Because starting from scratch can be tough, because it's the amount of training that you need to get something from no weights is kind of tough. So I said ImageNet is fine. It's a very small data set, yeah. So if you look at here and let's see if anyone else has joined. Nope. Rules. ImageNet pre-trained models allowed. No other pre-trained models. You can convince me other pre-trained models are necessary, and I'd probably say it's okay. Non-player Craig. Is that Craig? The Craig that I know? Start streaming career to make your title Road to 270K until you're making at least 200K for year. Stream for 8 hours a day like a job. Watch the money roll in. I don't know. My streaming stuff has given... You know how much money I've made on my streaming? Probably negative money. Like these competitions that we host and even mailing out the GPU costs money. And I'm not doing the streaming for money. So need more time and a better schedule. All right. So now we have this new directory called train, like in our base directory. Found this many files belonging to 4 classes. Oh, geez. What just happened here? What is this? Successful number node read from sys negative value, but there must be at least one number node. So returning a number node 0. This is from 2020. They're saying this worked. It's a non-fatal warning. So basically we can ignore this. But this guy gave just like a line of code that I could also run. And it had 71 upvotes. And it's a read-only file system, so I can't run this. All right, let's plot these images using this. Cleanup called. Cleanup on aisle 3. I don't know what this is all about. Isn't a data science degree a bit of overkill for basic analyst position unless you plan on getting into data scientist roles later on? Yeah, that's true. I mean, I definitely think it's cool if you're going to go get your degree. If you're already going to go get undergrad, hey, Alvimpinero, thank you for joining the chat and for joining our family. You're part of our family now, and you can tell me in chat how you found the family. But we're so happy to have you here. Totally awesome. So we're going to add some augmentations, which is flipping, random flipping, and random rotation. Might as well. Clean up on aisle 3. Probably because I didn't set the device correctly. All right, so this is taking the same image and just doing some random rotations to it, which shouldn't affect the class. Levy, yes, it is a computer vision task. It's our new Kaggle competition we just launched. So if you go to Kaggle and you search for this PogChamps, I'm also going to put it in the chat again. You can win this GPU right here. If you can classify corn, it's corn. Let's see how far we can get into this before I just like get tired and give up and do this offline. All right, so we're going to map this augmentation to it, to our data set. Let's do some prefetching. And let's just build this basic Keras model that I am not taking from some other tutorial. What do we got here? We have just, this is actually pretty complicated. It's got the augmentation in it, but I thought we just did the augmentation here in our augmented train data set. Let's ignore that for now. This makes our model rescales, convolutional layer, batch norm, activation layer, all good stuff. And then it's starting to go into block sizes and do the same thing. This activation, separable convolution. We'll see. We'll see how well it works. And let's see if we can train. There's our beautiful model. It's a little complicated. Why'd I have to go and make things so complicated? Validation data is going to be our... Is there a way to fit with a validation subset? Validation split 0.2. Validation split is only supported in tensors or NumPy arrays. Found the following types. Prefetch data set. Boo. Can I take a subset of this data? I see what I messed out on. I see what I was just not understanding before. I think what this does, when we create this validation split with a 0.2 split ratio here, then it'll automatically give us our validation subset because we've chosen subset here to be validation. So let's just double check in the documentation. It does say subset, one of training or validation. Okay, I just didn't realize what was going on there before. So let's do this again, where we do have a train and a validation set. There we go. So yeah, validation set now should work in here. We're going to train for 15 epochs or epochs, whatever you want to call it. And see. Seed 1337. What's up with that set? Why are you booing me? All right, you're tired, but it seems like fun. Clean up on aisle 3. Where's your link to sign up for the conference? So I linked it in here in this Twitter post. And I also have it here on the prizes page. Here is the link, but I'm also going to type it in here. The math part of data science is way harder than the coding part. I think the concept of like linear algebra stuff is really helpful in data science. Once you get past that, if you don't like, there's so much overlap in, I would think that you would like both. Accuracy is going down. This classifier probably is too big. Cleanup called. What the heck is this cleanup called? These are for posts on Kaggle from 2 months ago, so I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one experiencing this, I guess. That's good. Is anyone? When does the competition close? So we're going for 2 weeks here. 2 weeks. I'm joining the competition. I know I can't win the 3080 Ti, but it's corn. Good luck, everybody. Yes, Levy. Nice. Hat Knight says, Nutella, the math part wasn't helping me learn anything. I just needed to know for a job. So it's all about useless and getting pure math degree and expecting to be trained how to code on the job. The math stuff's fun, though. Don't you guys watch like number file and computer file? And stuff's all fascinating. I know what it did wrong. All right, so a few things I did wrong, apparently. Apparently. All right, this cleanup called is just too much. So they're saying we need to downgrade our TensorFlow version to get this cleanup call to go away. Let's go ahead and try that here. Probably not a good idea to do this before. So let's cancel this run. Let's do this before we load in TensorFlow, and let's completely restart. Factory reset. Well, that's new. Hey, welcome to the family. We got a new follower. Who is that? Who is that? Who's following? Who's the new follower? Where is X? Welcome to the family. Tell me in chat how you found the channel. I'd appreciate hearing it. And then go ahead and join this competition. Exclamation point competition. We'll tell you more about it. You can win this GPU that's sitting right here. You want this? Look at it. Double angle. This angle. This angle. That. You like that angle? Look at this GPU. Don't you want it? Don't you need more of it? Okay, so now we're doing our train test split, which this is not necessary anymore because we're doing the train test split within Keras. I know employers where I'm from are asking math questions in interviews. You just got to charm them. Just charm them pass. Hey, where is X rated me with 68 viewers? Where is X? Who is this? Where is what is going on here? Where is X? Let's pull up your profile. What were you streaming today? Where is X? Let's not listen to myself here. Welcome everyone who's joining from Where is X's channel. Let's also give a shout out to Where is X. I'm sure all my viewers need to go over there and hit that subscribe. We are in the infinite loop of seeing myself a million times here. Look at that. Let's just zoom in a little bit. I don't have ADD. Yes, I do. All right. So, what were you up to? You shave yaks. Sometimes I write code too. What kind of code do you write? What were you working on today? Let me know. Tell me. You're like the first person in months that has rated me with a large group, so I really appreciate it. Where's X? Definitely giving you a follow. And I love this rubber ducky. Just puzzle games. That's nice. Some coding game, and now I want to watch you data science. Do you really want to watch it? Okay, so here's the deal, people. Here's what's going on here. I have a GPU right here. This GPU is an RTX 3080 Ti. You can also see how dirty my fingers are because of these marks on it, because it's a brand new GPU, unopened. Do you want this? Do you want me to mail this to you? Well, if you do, all you have to do is type in !competition into the chat. While you're at it, also do !YouTube and !Discord, and you will get a link to stuff. But the main one is the competition, right? Thank you for the follow, hi, Drazer. So what we are doing here is I've launched a Kaggle competition that we are going to... we have underway, and it's all about the corn. It's all about the corn. And in order to win this, you can join this Kaggle competition. It's open to anyone out there who wants to join it. So you see here, if you click on the link, you will get to this corn page. And super simple. What we have here is a bunch of images of corn kernels. I forgot about the word that it was named kernel before. But a bunch of different corn kernels, and you need to classify them. You need to train a model that can classify if they are in one of these 4 categories: pure, broken, discolored, or silk cut. Don't worry. I know you're scared. You're listening to me say this and you're saying, but Rob, I can't learn this stuff in 2 weeks and get that GPU. I'm here to tell you you can. I don't know how. There's a lot you'd probably have to learn. But you can do this. At least just do it for me, okay? Thank you for the new fan, Foos, for following. Welcome to the family. You're a part of our family now. In Python? Yes. So most of this is in Python. And you need to, there's some rules that we went over earlier, but your submission must be made in a Kaggle notebook. Typically that's written in Python. You can use PyTorch, you could use TensorFlow, you could write your own deep learning library and use that. Are we training AI? Yeah, you could call this AI. What's AI? Can I also have a letter of recommendation after learn to train it? Yes, I will write you a personal letter of recommendation. Andrew's peers, welcome to the family. You are part of our family. Look, we already have 2 people on the leaderboard and we just launched this a few minutes ago. We're going through like a very basic modeling to classify them. So just to show you some of the stats, you want some understudent. Your current GPU is GTX 1060. So old. I have two 1080s in this machine right now that I'm using right now. I love them. I love them, but this one's better. 3080 Ti. So we have a bunch of pure ones broken. Less likely is the silk cut. And then we plotted some examples of each one so we could see them. Welcome to the family, J. Scarlata. We are downgraded our TensorFlow version. We're loading in TensorFlow. I'm showing you guys how we can do this. It's getting a bunch of errors before, so we're trying to figure that out. Then this part, so what we're going to do here is actually move all these images into folders associated with each label. It sounds complicated, but basically the way the data is set up that I provided does not do this. And in order to use TensorFlow, we need to do it that way. Let's also do total equals the length of D2. Why is this a question mark? It should not be a question mark anymore. Owen codes, my current, okay. I'm tired of being an infra engineer. I'm ready to revolt. Hey, where is X? You got it right. You got the idea right. When you're not happy with what you're working on, change jobs. That's what I've done in my career, and it's worked out so far. I was working as an engineer for the government for a while, and then for a utility, and I was like, I don't like this. I want to do something else. And then I did something else with my life. Oh, I know what's going wrong. I did the length of D2. It should have been the length of this. That's why I'm a failure as a data scientist. Did I get my master's / PhD? Yeah, I got my master's in data science. I had a master's in electrical engineering, and then I was like, I want to do data science, so then I got a master's in that. But we were just talking about that earlier, about how you don't necessarily need that in order to succeed in this business, but it definitely gives you an upper hand. Come on, TensorFlow, giving me this number error. I hope this does not continue to harass us with these cleanup called. Okay, so at least we're not getting the cleanup called errors. Okay, so here's the big thing. You want to know the trick to image classification or any image model training. The key is to make more data when that data does not exist. You're thinking to me, what are you talking about? And it probably, even after I explain it, it won't make sense, but I'm going to try. So we have, I don't know exactly how many. We have 14,000 images here, but deep learning models love more data. They're always like, more data, give me more data. I don't want a little bit of data, I want a lot of data. And one of the tricks that you can use is you can apply to images transformations that essentially keep the image the same, but give you extra training samples. Good old rotation in zoom. Foos knows what I'm talking about. Akshat, what's up? Started streaming on YouTube in parallel with Twitch. So we have some people chatting over there, but come on over to Twitch. That's the place to be. Sits up and takes notes. Hello, infra engineer. Where's X? Where's your stress level today? Yeah, so yeah, this augmentation is basically just, let's randomly flip it and randomly rotate it. Flip it, dip it. Are you kidding me? This isn't gonna work? Are you kidding me? Random rotation is in TensorFlow version 2.10. Did we downgrade below this? This example was working perfectly earlier. People, it's the corn. Where the heck is my thing now? Where is it? Here we go. So apparently I downloaded or downgraded our TensorFlow version. And as a result, did we lose this TensorFlow layers random rotation? When was this added? So apparently, I keep on saying apparently, the old newer version of TensorFlow does not play nice with what we have installed as our hardware here. And apparently the augmentation doesn't work on it. Let's just go ahead and try to train the model at least. Here's our model. Data augmentation we will ignore. Geez, it doesn't even have the rescaling. It doesn't even have rescaling. How do you like PyTorch compared to TensorFlow? It can be nice. It takes a while to get everything set up and perfect, but then once it is, it's nice. I'm regretting actually see. See, it doesn't have this rescaling layer now, which is super annoying. Super annoying. So we could just take our layer inputs and divide it by 255, I think. See how this works. Not using the rescaling layer. And let's try to train this puppy. Also, this should not be binary cross entropy. We have multi-class here. So binary cross entropy, it's very important to pick the right loss function. Because we have multiple labels. Hey, Patsy. Hi, how are you? Because we have multiple labels we're trying to predict for, like is it silk cut? Is it pure? Is it discolored? We can't use a binary loss function. So let's look up some Keras loss functions. Hope everyone's enjoying this tonight. I know you probably came from a very exciting stream, but you're here with me, and let's make the most of it. That's it. Categorical cross entropy is what we want. We're going to use our metric as accuracy. This is when it calculates at the end of each epoch, and it tells us on our validation set how well we're doing. It should tell us in accuracy as our metric. Now, you can see that it's using our CPU. Is it using the GPU? No, it's not using it at all. Oh no, now it is. Now it is. It just took a little while. So we're training on the GPU on this, yeah, accuracy is not the best metric, but hey, it is what it is. It's the metric for this competition. And, yeah, we're seeing hopefully this get better as it trains each epoch. Then what we'll eventually be able to do is predict. Because we want to predict on the test set. Then we'll have our predictions. Then we'll do an argmax across all the predictions. So we might predict like these 4 different values that it's trying to predict. If we have 4 different labels, and we want to say out of all 4 of those, which one did the model say was the most likely, and then predict that one. Let's see how the accuracy is doing. The loss function is messed up. I think because we have to change our labels to multi-class. I don't know how this this works. Oh wait, hey, we had a new introduction by Patsy. So I'm probably going to take this part offline, make a baseline model that we can run on, and then we'll go from there. Let me know in chat if you guys have any questions. Again, just going to spam it here. Exclamation point YouTube for my YouTube channel. I just hit 10,000 followers on that, or subscribers on YouTube. Earlier, so please join if you want. We're having fun over there. I make videos about data science, machine learning, Kaggle stuff. I do a lot of stuff on Kaggle, and yeah, we learn. I try to make things as easy to learn as possible, and talk about things like we've been trying to make this chessboard recognition. Should I show you guys that? Would that be fun? Maybe to switch off of this PogChamps while this trains. And it's not getting better, so there's something wrong in how I have this set up, or initial learning rates improper. Please, oh, you want to see the other stuff? Okay. Alrighty. Owen Codes is in here, and old Alan. So let me now go into my local Jupyter session. We were using Chesscog before to try to do some recognition of the chessboard. So let me pull one thing up first. Let's show you this board. Actually, you know what? I think I need to turn off my second camera. So you can see over here, I do have a chessboard set up. And we were doing this before, and I'll just show you on an example image. But what we were doing was taking in, where's my chessboard vision? Let's go here. My repos directory. Chessboard Vision. There we go. Chessboard Vision, notebooks. So we did a few things. We ran like YOLO object detection on these videos. So I have these like videos that are sliced from YouTube videos that show chessboard setup. And then we're trying to see if we can actually get the model to predict the position of the board as it's seen in these images. So it's a lot harder than you would actually think, mainly because the angles can be hard to identify where the pieces actually are sitting. And it's hard to do object detection on something like this, especially when the background kind of doesn't contrast with the image as much. But we were able to do it to some extent, and I was using Chesscog library to do this. Let me duplicate this. So the Chesscog library is a paper that was released where people were trying to solve this task, and they took actual 3D boards that they created using Blender. So they're like 3D rendered images of chessboard, and they're able to get pretty good results. So I was trying to take this model and apply it to our chessboard. Now the problem here is I can't use my image from that camera, which we were doing during our stream last time. But what I can do is, instead of taking a video capture, is I can actually capture, instead of this device, I can capture, for instance, this video, which we have right here. What did they do with the Blender stuff? Was it just for training? It was for training and for validation of their models. So they created a data set, and I think I actually downloaded it here. Maybe I didn't actually download it there. I think I downloaded it into my different directory, but they show it here in their example. So here's their repo. I will share it with you all in chat. Hey, Thomas, welcome. How's it going? So they created like 3D sets like this. This problem is, this is like a wooden chessboard, not like my chessboard, which is like a Scholastic tournament style board. So I was looking into that. I mean, we can go through that later, but let's now take this capture image and read it. This will give us our returned and our image. And then let's actually show this image. I think I have a plot image function here. So we can see here the channels are flipped. But at the beginning of this video, they're just setting up the board. So let's flip forward. Let's go through like 500 frames and see what it's like. Okay, so this is the base setup of the game. Now the problem is that this model they trained was on a different direction. They were training their model on a chessboard set where you're either behind the black position or behind the white position, not from the side way on, which is a little bit of an issue because most videos have it from this angle. But let's just not worry about that, and let's get the predicted class of this image. Now, a few cool things here is we're using the chess what's it called? Chess Python library, which can render a board. So like we can use the chess library just to render what a board looks like. And then we can render what the predictions look like and actually compare them. So I think I was doing like a deeper compare after the stream was over. I think in this version. Yeah, I was doing comparison like this. Let's, instead of trying to run it on that, show you this example from what I was running locally before. So I can take the output of chesscog and I can run it through this and have it predict what the pieces are. The left is what I know to be the ground truth for this position. The middle is what it predicted. So you see anything that is predicting wrong? It's hard to see right away. And that's why I made this right one, which is kind of a diff to show where it predicted incorrectly. So the green is where it's missing. If I'm following the run, you're doing this based off of the Blender samples. Yeah, so basically I'm trying to take their models that were trained on the Blender images and see how well they perform on just a straight up board like I'm showing it here. So it didn't work that great. A lot of false positives. But the main reason I was trying to do it this way is so I could figure out some sort of scoring metric to even grade our model on. Because if we're going to create our own one, we want to be able to tell if it's doing better or worse than any other model. So what I've landed on so far is this scoring metric that I created. We created this on the last stream, where it's basically the difference between the boards, but giving weight to any position where a piece exists in the ground truth. So if you miss a position, if it's misclassified, it's one thing. But if it's completely ignoring the fact that that piece exists, then that's going to be graded even worse. Then I was actually going into the code, like deeper into their code that they used here to see what the steps are that they use. And it's pretty brilliant. So their approach is like a staged approach. So I think it's different than what we would probably use if we're doing this just with strictly deep learning. And what they're doing also does not leverage any sort of object detection. So it's not trying to detect the pieces themselves on the board. It's just trying to, so the first stage that their model does is it detects the board itself. That you could see. So I actually was running through each step of their code. This is where it takes our image and identifies the corners. That's actually here. This chess recognizer identifies the corners of the board. And then they could sort of warp the board so that it's a top-down view of the board. So now look here, you can see that this image is more of a top-down view of this board, because it detected these four corners. I think I plotted that somewhere where you see the four corners. Yeah, here. These are what the corners look like that it's detecting. And the model does a pretty good job of finding these corners. So then it does this top-down approach, and then they have two different classifiers they use. One is just a classifier to see if there's any piece occupying that square. And when they take the crops of the square, this is what I don't quite understand, is they crop and they leave a lot of space above in case the piece is really large. In case the angle is such that it like overlaps with other squares. Because if they only showed the part of the piece that exists in that square, you wouldn't be able to get a very good classifier. Right? So they did that. Then once you see if it is occupied, it goes over again all the squares where it identified as it being occupied and tries to classify it into what piece it is. So is basically this chess recognizer class that I was running through. And this was kind of fun to see the steps that they were taking in their process. And then also I was taking it and I was running it on their 3D images. So this is their Blender images. Their code for writing the Blender stuff is really cool. And I want to get it working locally, but I was having issues because of the versions. But I want to show you guys this. Synthesized data. So they're basically like pulling in a list of FEN positions. They're randomizing like where the light comes from in the rendering. They're adding each of the pieces to their correct location, but they're adding some offsets here, so it's not perfect, which is good because that makes it more likely to be able to predict well on a real life data set. So I like that they added that. You can sort of see in this image that these pieces are not all directly smack dab in the center. Yeah, so again, here's the ground truth and prediction and difference for this image, which is the one that they trained on, and it's perfect. So it definitely works in the controlled environment they have. I want to adapt it or think of ways to use object detection to make it even better. But yeah, that's what we've been working on stream prior to today. Thanks Hestingma for following. Welcome to the family. It's been a long day. I wish I could stream longer, but it's been fun. We launched a Kaggle competition. I took you guys through some of the stuff I've been working on so far. Whoa, someone already has a 0.44 score on the leaderboard. Very good. We got a new first place leader. So let's take you through ResNet 50 trained on ImageNet. ResNet 50 is trained on ImageNet. So ResNet 50 is just the architecture levy. The pre-trained weights you can pull from ImageNet. Like if you're using TIM, which I recommend, most of the model have pre-trained weights, which are on ImageNet. So usually like a deep learning model, you'll want to have leverage the fact that you have weights already trained on ImageNet, because ImageNet has like all these standard classes, and the model then was kind of given a good starting point of the weights that you can then start training off of. Because it's like fit to know what a dog looks like and what a pencil looks like. I don't know, a penguin. So just to take us through back again, let's go to this. Let's go here. Just to remind you guys, exclamation competition. If you want to join that, you got to spell it right. There we go. And then Discord. We have a Discord. You can check that out. YouTube. Join the YouTube family too. And let's keep it up. Let's keep learning every day and learning something new. I got to hit the hay soon so that I can wake up tomorrow and get some work in. Hope you guys enjoyed this stream. Any questions before we raid someone else? No questions? Okay, any suggestions of who we could raid? Suggestions. Okay, then I'm just going to go rogue here. Let's browse. Software and game development. I'm a Python coder myself, so let's pick someone who's... Let's pick on someone doing Python. Not many Pythoners. Not very many Pythonistas. Got some people doing React. Learning Python. Everyone you know is doing games right now. We got to keep the raid train going. Game dev is cool too. We can do raid someone doing game dev. Hey! All right, RW Grim. Let's find him. Oh, of course, I'm getting ads. Yeah, he's working in React. No, open source program. Hey, I think I was about to raid him anyways. All right, so let's go ahead and get this raid going. Thank you all for joining. Again, appreciate it. We'll do some more machine learning coding stuff later. I stream usually on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, but sometimes I just don't. So you got to catch me when I'm there. And let's love each other. And thank you all for hanging out. Let's do this raid, and I will see you guys soon. Make sure if you're going to drop out, just drop out now. But otherwise, bring the energy. RW Grim is coding some open source stuff, and we want to support that. All right, see you guys next time. Bye. Have a good night.